welcome back to the Harmonica Barge. I've already done a lesson on what I called the Bo Diddley groove and what's pretty much known as the Bo Diddley groove. I'm using an A harmonica today because I think everyone will have an A harmonica, and I find these chord things sound nice on lower harps. Just going to refresh the pattern. If you haven't seen my first video, if you go to that, for those of you that have, we've got 3 in, 1 out, 1 in. We've got a group of 3 and a group of 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, in, out, in. Okay, it's sort of generic pattern around this, what we call the clave pattern, the 3-2 clave. Mainly playing holds 1 to 3. If you get 4 in there as well, that's absolutely fine. Breathing in on a chord. Now there's loads of songs that use this pattern. The Rolling Stones' Not Fade Away. Also another Bo Diddley song called Pretty Thing, which is quite a nice one to take riffs out of. But I'm not going to talk about those specifically. It's more of the idea of how do you use this groove in a way that you can be creative, or to use in a rhythmic way, to be a sort of one-man harmonica band, which I think is really cool to do, using this groove to generate a rhythm for yourself to improvise with. Now the first thing we can do is start to add some variations. At the moment we've got in, out, in. Let's keep that as our framework. Okay, so this is the bass rhythm, and let's add some more chords around that. So we're now going to go. So I've just set up the out in with an in breath before. So the easiest way is to follow my hands. Slightly confusing because obviously when I do that I'm breathing in. Now I could write this out on tab. The only trouble with tab is, and it's a bit of a problem with tab, that lots of people can read the holes on the harmonica but they don't get the rhythmic information from the tab. And the best way to read rhythms is actually in traditional rhythmic notation. We don't want to get into that too much today, so you can simply follow my pattern. In, out, in. In, out, in. You can practice this without the harmonica, it's great. Remember the ha shape. We're not using the tongue or the jaw at this stage. We'll do that for something else. We're making this big and round, nice sounding chords, big tone, using a low harmonica. Now you'll notice here that you might be filling up with air because we're breathing in. Big problem of blues harmonica. A couple of tricks that you can do. When you do your out breath, you can make the embouchure, your mouth position, a little bit sloppy and breathe out more air than you need to. But also in this riff at the moment you have a little bit of space, so you can breathe out there. Don't make it too obvious, especially if you've got a microphone. If you are doing that, do it out of the microphone. It's going to sound horrible at a gig. Cool, so we've got a pattern where that's variation 1. Let's add another variation. Oh, just like we're breathing out, but we're breathing out into the harmonica to complete the rhythm. So we have this. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Wow, that's quite difficult. So we've got two variations. Our first one, sorry, and going to the original pattern, we have this. First variation, add in an extra breath. Building up again, add in an out breath at the end. I'm keeping it slow and big at the moment to try and get that rhythm really solid. Of course, once you get the groove, now depending on how your harmonica's tuned, Lee Oscar harmonicas and golden melodies and other harmonicas that are tuned to equal temperament, separate subject, but they're not going to sound as nice as marine bands and different harmonicas. This one's tuned to be particularly sweet on the chord. So it's really nice to practice these quietly and relaxed, and when you're trying to get a groove going, it's all about this groove. If you can tap your foot, that's great. Everything from the diaphragm. My throat is wide open at the moment. I'm not articulating with the tongue. We're going to do that later. So you can use your hands to cop. Trying to get some effects and nice sort of vibes on the chord. I was improvising on the rhythm there, but the most important thing is to keep that 3-2 clave as your main skeleton rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you keep that, you can pretty much do whatever you like around it. So good ways to go back to the basic rhythm, start to build it up with some variations, keep the chords big, breathing from the diaphragm, har shape, everything nice and open. That's going to help to develop your tone. Okay, thanks very much. We've been here on the Harmonica Barge. I'll be back with some more harmonica videos very soon, so go and enjoy your playing. Thanks very much.